Shalom, or praise to Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Rakakadash, to what honest to the apostles at GreatMillStone, ruling well. And this was a screenshot I had taken. I can't remember the date. It was could have been about a week ago, 2 weeks ago. It could have actually been 3 weeks ago. But you know, it's on my phone, and you know, this is just about, and you see, when we, you know, this, I do videos on Brexit, but I'm really focusing on Esau in a whole, because that prophecy of the 10 toes and the toes, and the ones that are, you know, strong and the ones that are weak, pretty much, you know, that encompasses the beast system, Esau's whole empire, his power structure, you know, and that's what it is. You know, the European Union, and then you got America, which is its own empire, boasting about they got the greatest military. Now these are things all in the scriptures. Anyway, if you look at the screen, you see I've print shotted this because of the comments. Now this was in Parliament, all doing to do with the Brexit. Now someone says, "What a circus! How do these clowns ever run an empire?" So they're looking stupid. So this is looking stupid now. And now it's being said how Theresa May, it's being said how she's just gonna, you know, she put it to the MPs. What the hell do you guys want then? Because everyone's voting against her, trying to get some sort of a deal with the EU. So well, if you don't want to have a deal, then what do you want? Anyway, so you see, what you're gonna find out is Esau is just the devil that the scripture speaks of. You know, he's not moral. He's destroyed all nations on the planet. He's pushing LBGT. He's pushing GMO, genetically modified foods. The air's polluted. You know, he's just the devil. We can go on and on and on. But let me get the next comment. Angry white man. At least funny as hell. It says it's 2019. The empire has evaporated. At least we had one. Yeah, because the British Empire and all that. I mean, come on, man. Come on. I mean, London's one of the unclean frogs, and the banks and the Rothschilds, you know, officiate things from the city of London. But to be honest, you got other nations like China and stuff. They got nuclear prowess, and they're making a lot of money off America. There's a lot of other nations, you know, that have got more say. You know, Britain alone, what the hell they're gonna do? Britain alone can't do a damn thing. But if it comes to nuclear war and all that, you know, they'll get rolled over. So they're having a laugh. But they're pumping, you know, America came out of England. That's in the scriptures. But America, you know, became a great empire, you know, greater. And, you know, the British are still sitting there thinking, yeah, well, you know, you ain't got a damn thing. You leave the EU. Everything's going to crumble. Anyway, I don't want to focus on that. What I do want to focus on is that comment. These comments prove that Esau's going down. Esau's talking about his own downfall. At least we had one. Well, it's over. The time's up. Let me get this. You're damn right that it's over now. Right. 2nd Esdras 6. And 7. Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times? Or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth? And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau, which Jacob and Esau was twin brothers. Jacob represents the so-called Negroes, West Indians, Puerto Ricans, you know, indigenous peoples, and scattered from the seed. And Esau represents, you know, you so-called white people that are scattered, you know, all across the world, the ones that go back to Esau. Okay, And you know, this was symbolic of the fact that, you know, you was gonna rule last and we was gonna take over. That's what the end of the world's all about. You know, we're talking about the end of the world. You know, these scientists are talking about, well, the world's gonna end with water, or, you know, they just teach that when we was in school, that the England will be flooded by 2050 or some shit. Well, really, it's gonna be fire. So a lot of these scientists and scholars, a lot of them are paranoid because a lot of them, they talk about meteors crashing into the earth. They're paranoid because if you check the history out, every kingdom falls. So what makes you think you're any different, Esau, who rules by the... Anyway, the second Ezra 6 and 7. Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times? Or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth? That's where you get the term the end of the world, and it's the end of what? Whose world? Esau's world. And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So anytime you hear about, oh, the end times and the end of the world, it's the end of the Esau system. You know, many scriptures tells you that, man. You know, when this place gets destroyed, you know, it's going to be said it is done, because what's done? The destruction of the great beast, the beast with 7 heads and 10 horns. Esau, it's a power structure, which is what? NATO, the EU. You gotta wake up to where you are, man. This is not this where we're living at is a satanic realm, ruled by weirdos, pedophiles, and, you know, all type and thieves, murderers, Rothschilds, Rockefellers, Illuminati, bankers. Facts. So if you love this world and you love pedophiles, 2 Ezra 6 and 9. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Okay, so that was that. Now let me get. You know what, matter of fact, I'm gonna go back to this image. So this image is showing you what's popping. What, I'm gonna read it again. What a circus! How did these clowns ever run an empire? Well, the Lord set them up. The scripture says the Most High rules in the kingdom of men. So the Lord took base men, Edomites, and put them up in a power structure that made them rule the earth. It's 2019. The empire's evaporated. At least we had one. So people around the world can see that. You know what, man? You know, Esau is just looking stupid. His politics, Trump in America, this Brexit thing in Britain. People, you know, the riots happening all over the world. Venezuela. People are just waking up to what's going on there. People are saying, you know what, man? We've been Edomites. We've messed up. And all these dark nations are waking up to your ass. Okay. Let me get. See, a few scriptures are popping up into my mind, but let me just read. Revelations 14 and 2. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord Yahweh, for servants and handmaids, and they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. In this day and age, all you hear about is like if you go amongst Gad, all they talk about is the real terrorists came at 1492, and they're not the real indigenous, they're not the real peoples of the Americas, and they're thieves and they're oppressors, and that's facts. How did they build up these countries? So you got to go into Isaiah 40:3, and it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall give thee rest from thy sorrow, and from thy fear, and from the hard bondage wherein thou was made to serve. So we're in captivity, we're in bondage, and you can put wage debt slaves up in there. And some of the people say, well, we're all wage debt slaves. Well, you know what, you're right, but guess what? You know, you Edomites never went through hardcore bondage though. Okay. And your elites have done you in as well. He didn't give you a piece of the cake. Isaiah 14 and 4. Thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon, and say, how have the oppressor ceased? The golden city ceased. The Lord have broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers. Okay, so the Lord, so everybody's looking now and saying, look, man, this place, come on, man, this place is a joke. That's why you got all these nations ready to take America out. You know, your politics is looking stupid nowadays. You know, everyone used to look up Edomites, oh, they're so smart and intelligent, and they're just like the saints. You know, free the world campaigns, red nose days, and now people looking at them like, look at these dudes, man. They're just destroying everything, which that's what they've been doing from the start. But now as people are waking up. Isaiah 14:6, he who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke, he that ruled the nations in anger is persecuted, and none hindereth. The whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth into singing. Yeah, that's when Esau goes down. Everything's going to go back to rejoicing. Because your kingdom is ruled by, of nothing but wickedness, man. It's going to be peace on the earth. Here it is, you got Gadites in America. They do campaigns because Esau's trying to like pollute waters and you know, and you just, that's what the man does. He dumps waste into just impure oceans, and you know, for max profit, man. He don't care. He just dumps his waste anyway. Okay. You got something called a land Sabbath that you don't observe. You know, the earth used to have clean, fresh water. You could drink from waters, man. A lot of these waters, your typical standard waters are polluted, mate. You don't want to drink none of those. Drop dead. The whole earth is at rest and is quiet, and they break forth into singing. Yea, the fair trees rejoice at thee, and cedars of Lebanon, saying, since thou art laid down, no fellow is come up against us. Hell from beneath these move thee to meet thee at thy coming. It stirreth up the dead for thee, even all the chief ones of the earth. It have raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nations, and they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? So these nations are looking at mainly America, and looking at you guys like, you guys are just a fucking joke, okay? And that's why you got nations like Iran. They're ready to. The America's talking about they're the greatest on the planet for military, but there's the nations ready to. They're not bowing. They're ready to shoot their nukes. So how can you be that great? Because at one point nobody would have wanted to do that against America, man. So this is showing you what Esau's kingdom on a whole is dissolving. All you gotta do is look around at what's going on here. It's going down. It's going the hell down. Okay. And it's clear as day to see that. Clear as day. So these comments, this prove and show you that people really see what's going on now, man. You know, they're embarrassing, they're an embarrassment. You know, it's time for the Israelites to come into power now. You made a shambles of everything Esau. You know, and that's the bottom line. Okay. You're going to see how you're supposed to rule through Yahweh Shai, man. The one the world calls Jesus Christ, Yahweh Shai. He's going to make his return and show all you how it's done. Okay. That's real talk. Let me see. What a circus. How did these clowns ever run an empire? It's 2019. The empire has evaporated. At least we had one. You know, and you know, that goes for all you Edomites. You're seeing that something ain't right, and just when you look at your politics, you know, you watch RT or it's just looking bad for you Edomites globally, man. All the dirt's coming out, you know, football teams, you know, the coaches just molesting kids all across the country. You know, your churches now have just opened up LGBT to 4-year-olds, 3-year-olds, 5-year-olds. You know, all the dirt is coming out on you guys globally. It's not looking too good for you Edomites right now. Your politics is all in a sham. You don't know what to do next. The politicians are just not agreeing. You know? This is modern day Rome, and Rome's fallen again. The beast in Revelations represents NATO, the EU system, which is going down. And before they go down, they're going to try and get everyone chipped. Because they want, this is the elites up there, they want to put everybody in complete bondage. That's like their last run up to try and keep that kingdom, but it's not going to happen. Okay. So, man, anyway, pretty much with that, I'm going to say shalom, man.